I am standing behind two of the most fantastic street bikes in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce Aprilia's Tuono Factory and RR. Now let's hear why these bikes are close to the same, why they're very different, and what makes them so special. Matty Motorcycle coming at ya. First off, let's start why these motorcycles are so similar. They are both based off of the championship-winning Aprilia RSV4, an amazing race bike built for kicking ass and taking names, little uncomfortable on the street. That's why we have the exact same frame as the RSV4, but we have lifted up handlebars. A great idea for anybody. They both have the same ones, but most notably, let's start where it matters with this engine. First, let's hear it.
You are welcome in advance.
The music you just heard was coming out of these amazing machines' V4 engine. 1100 cc's of pure power. Again, with an AH, not an OW. 175 horsepower, 89 foot-pounds of torque, and both of these weigh about 450 pounds. Give or take, some of them are a little bit lighter, some of them a little bit heavy. Depends on how much carbon you add, but those are the numbers that we're dealing with. Also, they both have the exact same electronic suite from Bosch, however you say it. Absolutely amazing. You have a 6-axis IMU, cornering ABS, traction control, launch control, a pit limiter for when you do your track day on your amazing Tuono. More things that are the same, most notably and most helpful to the rider, are the rider aids. These machines have the exact same electronics as each other. A Bosch system, which is amazing for all intents and purposes, a race control, traction control system. So you have the TC, you have cornering ABS, you have launch control, you have a pit limiter. Pit limiters retard the engine for when you're going around in racetrack paddocks. The speed limit's usually limited to about 5 miles an hour, so you have a button that no matter how hard you twist the throttle, won't let you go fast. Kind of cool, makes a funny noise. Practically in real life, probably not a big deal. After that, both of them have Aprilia's APRC system, which stands for Aprilia Performance Ride Control. Gives you 3 different rider modes. On these particular ones, you can forget rain mode. You have street, you have track, and you have race. So you can go fast, faster, or fastest. Obviously, the higher up on the race mode, you have the least invasive traction control so that you can really put it in the corners. The back will drift a little bit, but it'll never high side you. Thank you, Aprilia, for thinking of everything. Both of these bikes are equipped with a quick shifter and an auto blipper. You get M50 Brembo calipers in the front, amazing stopping power. One finger, send you right over these beautiful handlebars. After that, a 5-gallon tank. Wouldn't get too excited about that. At about 20-25 miles a gallon, especially if you're riding it for real, you're getting about 100 miles per tank. Thanks, apes. We appreciate it a lot. Now let's go on to why these two beauties are so different. If you're shopping for an Aprilia Tuono, you definitely want to know, why am I spending the extra money to upgrade to the factory from the RR? And let me tell you, it is splitting hairs. But let's go over some of the differences. First and foremost, and most notable, the paint jobs. You get a sick factory paint job modeled after their race bike and their racing team. It really does look amazing. but you can't take away the look and the style of the RR. It is cool, it is understated, it is super sharp. It really is going to come down to a personal preference when it comes to the paint. After that, a lot of people say rarity. I want the factory because there's just less of them. That's a myth, all right? As far as I was able to find out, and the numbers are a little bit hidden, Aprilia, you're a little obnoxious about that, they ship, at least to the United States, exactly the same number of factories and RRs, and actually in 2018, they shipped more factories here. We're the audience for it, we're the people that want them, and everybody loves themselves a factory paint job. All right, so that gets rid of rarity. Now, the seats. The pilot accommodations are very luxurious on both. You have a great fit, super comfy for a racing bike, basically. But your passenger accommodations are very different. On the RR, you have a luxurious, plush, if you could call it that, seat for the passenger. But on the factory, you have an RSV4 tail, sharp, pointy, and everybody out there, guys and girls, if you got a passenger with a meaty derriere, they are not going to be happy on the back of your factory. They're not going to be much more happy on the back of your RR, but that every little bit helps. And no matter what, if you're a passenger and you're getting on the back of one of these, you're super bold. The ride is insane. Moving forward, you have a Sacs suspension versus a full ohlins suspension. Now we're splitting the real hairs. The Sacs suspension, again, fully adjustable for preload, compression, and rebound, super well thought out. So is the ohlins. Now, it gets a little tricky here because ohlins has several levels of suspension. You can get their factory ones that they send to all of the bikes all across the whole world, forks and rear shock. But if you're gonna race this bike, you're gonna wanna change the springs and the oil anyway. You're gonna have to redo the whole front, and most likely, you're gonna need to set up the proper TTX in the rear. Now, that's not to say that you won't have to do the exact same thing on the RR. It really is, as far as street riding goes, just for the bling bling. I'm a bling guy. I would probably lean toward the ohlins anyway. Just saying. Moving forward from that, and the thing that aggravates me the most about these bikes, they both have cast aluminum wheels. Obviously one's in red, obviously one's in black, but they're cast aluminum. On an RSV4 factory, on the bigger bike, you get forged aluminum wheels, lightweight wheels. I don't know why Aprilia won't give me lightweight wheels on my factory. I'm spending the money, hook it up. Now, speaking of money, 15.5 versus 18.2, all right? So you're spending a couple of bucks, about $2,300 in between these bikes. For the upgrades, I would say it's a little bit more worth it to get the factory, but as far as street performance, the tip of the hat's gonna go to the RR. Less money and functionally the same amount of performance. After that, and the thing that just makes me crazy, this one is a brand new bike. This one has seen a couple of street miles, has no less than 7 warning labels on it. We're gonna pan around the bike real quick. Enjoy. Hope you got all these warning labels. Yeah, all right, yeah. All right, insane. 3 on the top, 1 on the front, 2 on the side. What are you warning me about? I get it. Motorcycles are dangerous, but is it gonna explode? Is this gonna blow up the second I get on it? No. I mean, it's still Italian, so it might not turn on every time, but it's not gonna kill me just from sitting on it. Insane, Aprilia. We get it. You love warning labels. Stop putting them all over my bike. Now, my riding impressions of these machines. Handles like a scalpel, incredible power. My personal track bike for years and years was an Aprilia RSV4. I love the frame, I love the chassis, it's just wonderful. Now, you're lucky when you're sitting on these, you have a little bit more reach to the foot pegs, and obviously the handlebars are much more comfortable than being all crouched over with some clip-ons. Great idea for a street bike. If you don't have one, I highly recommend you pick one up. It is 100% track worthy. So if you want a nice, comfortable track bike and you still want to hurt everybody's feelings, these are the babies to pick up. Folks, These are razor blades. These are machines meant to rock. So not for the faint of heart. The power is amazing. The sound is intoxicating. Easily the best sounding motorcycle on earth that you can buy. Obviously a MotoGP bike sounds better, but I'm not gonna spend $750,000 picking one up. Friends, no matter which one of these Aprilia Tuonos you end up purchasing, you are going to be thrilled and excited, and every time you open up that garage, you're gonna get the goosebumps. You're gonna get the attention everywhere. You wanna spend a couple of bucks for some bling bling? Or you wanna be a little bit more practical and just enjoy the flavor. Folks, no matter which one you pick, leave me in the comments, tell me which one you got. Please like, subscribe, and share this video. We'll see you at the next one. Super Nakeds, catch you next time.